Here's Outrun.
Sega Computer Software presents.
Are we dying?
Alex? Live from Austin, Texas, where only Amiga makes it impossible. It's retropals with Danny and Alex. Hello, Alex.
Hello, Danny.
Yep, only on Amiga, your favorite arcade games that you know and love, the games that you took so long to play through and beat. They are even more difficult and maybe even impossible on the Amiga. And good news, that's all we're going to play tonight. We're going to play Amiga ports of arcade games from the 80s and 90s. I'm sure nothing can go wrong whatsoever. Welcome.
Games.
Hope you're ready for a normal night of normal games for normal people. As usual on the Normal Pals.
Normal pals.
Yeah. All right, Alex, why don't you thank some folks? I got a big fucking batch of games to get through tonight.
All right, thank you, Marigold, for the 50-month resub. The Big 5-0 indeed.
Big 50. Thank you, Marigold. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Stepside 19, for the 100 dancing bits. Do appreciate it. I think that was for, you had Donk the Samurai Duck in the intro. Very good stuff.
Welcome.
Thank you, Reforb, for the 39-month resub. Do appreciate that.
Thank you for the 39.
Thank you, Punky Crisps, 37-month resub. Wow. Wow, indeed. Thank you.
Wow, thank you.
Thank you, Vagrant Wastrel, 54-month resub. Ghouls and Ghosts, 1cc, no deaths, hardest difficulty done on a Replicade. When, Danny?
As soon as Replicade gives me a free Replicade, that's when that's going to happen.
Okay.
Whatever that is. I don't know what it is, but I want it. That's the Danny story, essentially. Also, thank you to Mooware for 50 months.
It just ticked over to 50. Thank
Another
you.
big 50. Blessed day. Cookies blessings to all.
Nifty, look who's 50. Is that good?
Do they still put that corny shit in cards?
I don't know.
I think Hallmark today is just like, hey, you're 50. You might as well be dead.
It's like, hey, you're 50. Why don't you floss on over to the grave?
Why don't we floss on over to a stream, as voted on by our patrons? We asked our patrons, what would you rather see? Arcade ports on Commodore 64 or on Amiga? Overwhelmingly, well, I guess 60-40. That's kind of an overwhelming majority. They said Amiga. So let's play Amiga arcade ports. This 16-bit computer system was popular in Europe in the 80s and 90s. Pretty beefy. Pretty beefed up specs. Depending on the arcade game, it could deliver almost a perfect experience, and even the more modern stuff, it could like deliver a really good run, or at least just like something that at least looks like the arcades. That's what's important. We're going to play a whole bunch of ports, some good, some bad. I'm going to focus on both of those. I'm going to focus on games that didn't appear on other platforms. The Amiga had unique ports that didn't get console versions. Just generally anything that strikes my fancy. All right, it's time to get fancy.
Let's look.
What's striking my fancy first?
A Million Boys.
Alex, why don't you... I just noticed this before the stream, but apparently A Million Boys, aka Mega Boys, present Mega AGS, this Amiga ROM set that I recently added to my Mister. I didn't know it was the product of A Million Boys.
A Million Boys!
That's a lot of boys. Jeez.
I think it could be for the 100 bits. Amiga arcade port seems an appropriate theme for October. Yeah, it's going to be real spooky.
Oh, we're going to see some spooky shit. First of all, why don't we play a pair of twin games? The same game was ported to the Amiga twice, once in Europe, once in America. So let's play both of them to get an idea of what the Amiga is capable of, and especially what it's capable of in the hands of a developer who gives a shit. First, let's play this one. This was released in Europe.
Great music.
That's a pretty funky rendition of the theme. This one's by Activision, published in PAL territories only. This is, of course, Sega's super scalar arcade game, push some big sprites and a lot of sprites. Let's see how they do on Amiga. I'm pressing a key. Do I need to press a key on the keyboard? I do.
Yes.
Oh, how do you expect me to read that? That font is terrible. This is by Argonaut Software, apparently, who later went on to make Star Fox and other things.
Oh yeah, that font looks like shit on the TV.
There we go.
Oh god!
I forgot to enable sound, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I was gonna say, is this one of those games that can't do sound?
I don't know, I guess you need to turn it on. It's
That's fair.
silent by default for some reason. Anyway, this is a pretty janky version of Afterburner. This is a pretty choppy version that's displayed in a window. It looks the part, but does it play it? No. And that's the thing you're going to see with a lot of these Amiga arcade ports. They look the part, but if you try to play them, oh my god, there's only suffering. Can you, like, is there a mouse control for this? Yeah, you control it with the mouse.
Okay.
Oh god. Oh jeez.
Ah, there's a lot of those.
I'm doing a behind the back mousing right now. I've got my hand behind my back
Oh my god, Danny is!
on a trackpad.
Danny, that pose looks terrible, you poor thing!
I'm dual fisting this shit.
Oh my god.
All right, well, that's about what you would expect from the Amiga, a port of a state-of-the-art arcade game. Let's see what America got. Is it any different? Is it any better?
I hope it's better.
It's from an entirely different dev team, so let's see what they got for us. Afterburner by Sega.
Okay, Sega's better than Activision. Like, scientifically.
Computer software.
Oh, that looks bad, Sega. Sega, what did you do?
Blomby Sega logo.
Okay. Better intro screen. Oh, God, okay.
The Spangenberg brothers bring you... No, wait, this is Spangenberg and Stubbington.
Danny, those are fake brothers!
Spangenberg and Stubbington.
That is the most fake... Those are the fake Amiga brothers!
Can I play the game, please? Fake-ass Amiga names.
Stubbington? Burlington? Yeah, presented by Burlington and Burlington Coat Factory.
The Burlington Coat Factory Amiga port warehouse. Well, so far it seems to be not loading a game, so I guess Activision wins by default here.
You Seraphis came for out of the 100 bits. I'm being beaten up by the music. Watch out. Spannenberg, Stumpington, Squirrel Boy.
Squirrel Boy.
One of the many million boys that we can encounter in our lives.
I want to see this fucking thing in action. We're gonna
we
try
want
this
this
again.
to work.
Maybe it will. Maybe it won't.
Sega, get your game to work. Okay. Hey, it's got music.
Yeah, how about that? And it's full screen. It doesn't have to be in a window. And your plane's fucking huge! I see. So you tap the button to use your machine gun.
Okay.
And you gotta lock on to do your missiles. So in Amiga circles, believe it or not, this version is vastly preferred to the Activision one. Even people in Europe, they import this. You gotta have the essential Afterburner experience. But I'm doing this first off just to show you it isn't necessarily the Amiga's fault that it can't deliver good ports of these games. Often it's up to the developer house, budgets, time constraints, that sort of thing. Sometimes it just comes down to giving a shit, or being able to give a shit. So keep that in mind as you see the next collection of games, some of which are going to be pretty awful, and some of which kind of punch above their weight. Does this one have mouse support? It doesn't. Maybe I needed to enable it. But it's playable. I'm shooting down the planes and shit.
Yeah, this looks way better than the other one.
Music took a little bit of a hit, but you know what? That's okay.
I
Goodbye,
disagree.
airplane.
I like this music. I like Spannenberg and Stubbington.
Spannenberg and Stubbington, the two heroes of Amiga so far. All right, let's go for another benchmark.
Okay.
This is a game I like to play for any system that has a port of it. Often just for laughs, because how can you possibly deliver a port of this game for some of these systems? Let's see how the Amiga handles Altered Beast. What do you think?
I think the voices are going to sound amazing.
Oh, I hope so. Well, Activision's on this one, so keep your expectations in check.
This music.
I don't
what is
recognize
it?
this track from the arcade game. I think this is an original. It's the Beast Boogie.
It's good.
Ooh, that's nice. That's straight from the arcade version. Does it do the part with the eyes? That's what I'm wondering.
Will it?
Yeah, details like this, the arcade intros, are usually what get lost in the console ports. Even the Genesis version had to cut some of it due to cartridge space. Oh, it does the eyes! Look at that!
Cool.
Iconic scene that you would see in any arcade back in the day. Music by Uncle Art. I think he should have done art
Okay.
instead.
Uncle Art, Stubbington, real musician names here today.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't even try with the voices.
They were like, no.
And speaking of not trying,
Okay. We got one voice. A miffed
punch that dog in the butt. Oh no, this is jank as fuck. It looks okay, but what the... Huh? It looks fine, but when you try to play it, it resists playing. This game's fighting with me. It doesn't want me to be enjoying this. Please, let me have my ball. Let me have my dog ball before it escapes.
Dog balls.
I don't
Shit,
know how to
wait,
do the high
no.
jump. There,
Sorry,
I
man.
finally did the high jump, but at what cost?
Thank you, Shaxpert, 76-month resub. Extremely British voice. Wise from your grave. That's the worst British voice I've ever done in my life. Sorry, everybody.
Shax, that is so many months. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Also, keep in mind the Amiga is a one-button system, so in this game where you need to have a jump button and a punch button and a kick button, that obviously suffers. I seem to just super jump at random, so that's cool. I want to at least get to the beast before we move on. How do you do the freaking... Oh my god. What even makes him do the super jump? It just comes out at random. Hop at me. No, not like that. Oh, I see. You gotta hold diagonally down in order to make him do the kick jump up.
Oh, that's really bad.
Do the combo!
You're getting your ass kicked, honey.
Holy shit. You'd think to counteract the control deficit here, they would make the game a little bit easier, but instead they just combo the shit out of you. Looks like I'm gonna need to enter the third area of the level in order to spawn the dog ball I need to become the beast.
Please give Danny the dog
Just
ball.
holding down, right, and fire over here, like a normal guy.
Normal pose.
All right, let me know if you see a flashing dog anywhere.
Okay.
To kick, you just hold the fire button. To punch, you have to hold left or right and the fire button. This requires some kind of gymnastics on the player's part, just to remember what everything does.
Yeah. There's a flashing dog.
Okay, come here. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah! There's no transformation scene.
Wow, they didn't even bother.
You're just the freaking beast out of nowhere. Alex, this is one of the hardest ports of this game I've ever played. And they made this shit for, like, Famicom. They made this for Master System.
Carmen, thank you for the 100 bits. We are wising in We are wising and gwinding from our grave.
Every day, a little bit wiser, a little bit waver. All right, let's see what the boss looks like. I'm really curious to see this. I bet it looks really good. Guys, get out of here so the boss can spawn. He's shy.
Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Oh, he does look pretty cool, actually.
Okay.
Does the strat work? Ugh. We're beating this guy.
You gotta kick his ass.
So, I guess this is better than something like the ZX Spectrum port. I don't know if it's better than the Master System port. I don't think this is better than any console port of this game I've played. But they did it. That's the important part. They made it so you can play Altered Beast on the Amiga. It keeps the cutscenes in the intro, but man, in terms of gameplay, they just they could not handle it. They could not cut it. And I think that's going to be the story for a lot of games tonight. That they're going to look good, or at least good enough to be screenshotable in magazines. But when you try to play them, oh my god. Why don't we play a game that didn't get a console port at all, from what I remember? Let's play something a little more obscure, something like Beast Busters.
Sorry, I just saw all these other games we could be playing, like Beavers and Baby Joe and...
Yeah, we could be playing Baby Joe, you're right. Okay, Sammy Stately. Now this is a pre-Neo Geo SNK arcade game. It's one of those Operation Wolf style games where you have a mounted gun and you just shoot everything and then you're banned.
I guess I'm banned because I'm gonna solve the mystery.
So something like this relies a lot on
Ah!
very large sprites, thus making it a poor candidate for console ports. But here on Amiga, you got a freaking mouse, and you got all the disk space you can use, or at least if it can fit on a if it can fit on a 1.4 megabyte disk, that is.
I've never seen this before.
This was in one of the arcades I went to in San Antonio as a kid.
Was this the diversions joint?
This was a Tilt.
Ah, okay.
They were big on SNK games for some reason. They also had they had Prehistoric Isle, the original. Kind of an obscure shoot 'em up about dinosaurs. You fly a biplane into Dinosaur Island. I don't know why you would do that.
You gotta fly somewhere.
Meanwhile, this game is just Operation Wolf, but with zombies and also zombie dogs. A lot of dogs in this game. Don't recommend playing this if you don't like the imagery of exploding dogs.
Well...
Personally, I think the mouse is a pretty good compromise here. You are dead!
You're dead.
Amiga also got pretty good ports of Operation Wolf and the sequel Operation Thunderbolt. But it's just, while Operation Wolf got ported a fairly good amount back in the day, you never saw Beast Busters, not ever. And to this day, I still want to play the sequel that's exclusive to the Hyper Neo Geo 64. Talk about an obscure game. This dog!
This dog won't explode. They're refusing to explode on
This
screen.
dog is shooting fireballs at me. There we go. We got him. Dog neutralized. We must go back. Fuck
Yeah.
this. Let's go back to where we came and just forget the game ever happened. Anyway, that's Beast Busters. That's something that I think is a pretty good representation here on the Amiga. They might miss some of the details, but where else are you going to get a port of Beast Busters? Unless you want to actually get the arcade cabinet. Look at that zombie being carried by a bird.
I like that. That's such a good bird. I like to think that the bird isn't a zombie. They're just pissed off at people. They're just like, listen, only way we're going to fix global warming, team up with the zombies.
So next up, as a way of making peace with our European brothers, I want to play a game that's actually pretty critically acclaimed, a game that many people consider as one of the best arcade ports for the Amiga. This is in fact on the top 100 Amiga games list on limitamiga.com, so it's official. Let's see how Bubble Bobble plays on the old Amiga. Oh, they're cute!
They're Blomby.
I love them.
I wanna.
Let's
pat
take
them
them
on the
home.
head. Okay. Will you feed them?
You can feed them.
Oh man.
Of course, the NES got a pretty good port of this. Not fully featured. Kinda sickly looking compared to the arcade original. Here on Amiga... Oh my god, this game has a second button.
Oh, nice.
They made it so there's a jump button and a bubble button. Holy shit. Music's good. Graphics look the part. It's a little bit slow. But... if you were playing this back in the day, this could be one of the better options you had. It's all about perspective, you know? Way back in the day, you couldn't just load up MAME and play a perfect version of Bubble Bobble. You had to load up your Amiga or, God forbid, ZX Spectrum. I wonder if all the secrets are in this. Like, if you jump 100 times, you get certain items or something like that.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because there's so many little secrets in this game.
Yeah. I'm willing to bet that they didn't have access to all that. So maybe it was just like their best guess. At least they got the letters. Dean. Why is it spelling Dean?
Because it's all about, oh, I don't know any Deans. James Dean, shit! Forgot about
There you go, it's James Dean promotional material.
Mm-hmm.
They don't spell his name like that, though.
Yeah, they need to spell it differently.
It's okay. I would have been happy with this back then. Nowadays it's MAME or nothing, but way back when, you could have had a good time with Bubble Bobble on the Amiga. Also, I think the arcade version had more of a presence in Europe than it had in America. This is just baseless conjecture from a Texan. Maybe they were just against Texas distribution for this game for some reason. In which case, what the hell, Taito? Yeah, that's okay. This is good. Especially with 2 players and the second button. Nice, nice. See, the Amiga can do good arcade ports.
Okay, well, I'm sorry I doubted you, Amiga.
I just want to establish this before the next few games. Eventually we're going to descend into hell, and I want you to remember the good times for when we do. Let's play something else that hardly ever got ported to consoles. I'm pretty sure this game never got a console port. It did come to C64, and that version was pretty good. Let's check out Buggy Boy.
The hell's a Buggy Boy?
This was one of the first arcade games I ever saw in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
This was at a gas station.
Wow.
A Tatsumi driving game that looks really, really good in arcades. It has some super good sprite scaling effects. I'm curious to see how it looks on Amiga. The C64 port was actually pretty capable, I'm surprised. Oh, you gotta hold up to accelerate, that kind of sucks. Oh, this looks good, actually.
Okay, this looks interesting. I like this.
Yeah, the original arcade version had a real primary color aesthetic just like this, and it ran in a pretty good clip, as this does. Dude, this is sick.
I love the way your buggy just kind of bops up and down a little bit as it goes.
Yeah, he's a Buggy Boy.
Oh. Man, you're good at Buggy Boy.
This game rules.
Is Buggy Boy your game?
I think it is.
Buggy Boy, one of the 1 million boys.
Yeah, the 1 million boys that brought you Mega AGS. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, boys. Be daring. Or
This is
whatever.
fantastic. Look, it does the wall and everything. This is a pretty early Amiga port too. This was done in the late 90s, when the hardware had really caught up. This would be less impressive, but man, someone put in the work for Buggy Boy.
Someone at Elite was really into Buggy Boy.
They were all like, hey, some kid in Texas played this at a stop and go. We gotta devote every resource to making this perfect. And then release this in Europe only.
Because again, they don't want the Texans to play this.
Yeah. Them and their anti-Texas agenda. I'm on to you.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, I want to keep playing this. I love Buggy Boy.
You're good at Buggy Boy.
I really love Buggy Boy. That's one of the secrets about me. It never comes up because no one ever mentions Buggy Boy. Well, hell, I have to stop. It feels bad to stop. Buggy Boy, check it out.
Buggy Boy.
So speaking of obscure racing games that never got a console port, if you'll indulge me just a little bit more.
Okay.
How about we play a Jalico rarity
Ooh.
by the name of Cisco Heat? Now this one, I want to see how this one adapts to the Amiga.
Okay, but hear me out. I got a really good idea. What if instead of Cisco Heat, it was SYSCO Heat, and you were driving one of those Cisco delivery trucks filled with mediocre to bad food? Would you like that? And then you had to like race against the time to get to the prison or school or wherever you were delivering food to.
That sounds great.
Would you play Cisco Heat?
I would play that.
Okay, let me spell it in chat.
We're a member of the Jalico Police.
Heat.
And for some reason, this game's only rendering on the OBS window, so I'm going to need
Oh my god!
green
Yeah,
light for
okay.
this. I'll take this one.
There you go.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I upgraded Mega AGS, it was all like, you need to update your Mr. INI file to specify resolutions. Fuck, even though OBS doesn't like this. It was all like, just be sure to specify a resolution of like 33 by 10, which definitely all displays support, including the one I'm using for retropals stream that's 20 years old. It looked at this resolution and it was like, 33 by what? Are you insane?
Yeah, the TV just gave up.
This is Presidio.
Mm-hmm.
Or something like that. It could have been like 50 by 12 or something. They just threw some numbers at me.
You got the Buggy Boy, early Buggy Boy enjoyer in chat. I'm glad that other people saw this game as a kid.
Nice. God, I can barely see it, but this does look pretty good. No, it's fine. It's just Alex, you don't need to lean. It's just
I was
small.
leaning over just to make sure.
Cisco Heat, not very well supported by current day video cards. But in our arcades, this was a really impressive looking game. You had all these buildings racing by. You go up and down the streets. It was a real showpiece for Jalico. And here on Amiga, it's pretty slow. But at least they tried.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Before my capture card explodes, let's go ahead and reset.
Okay.
Cisco Heat. They can do it. It can be done.
We heated in Cisco.
So, let's try a classic. Let's try a game that's on every single platform ever made. Let's play Donkey Kong.
Okay, I bet they could do Donkey Kong. What if we played Donk instead?
Oh, one below Donk. So close, so close. Now, I think this would necessarily have to be a pretty early port. No, released 1992.
Okay. Thank you, Bit
So
Boy.
some guy in Holland didn't even get a contract. He just did this out of the goodness of his heart. You could choose from... Oh, wow. We can order all these games. We can even order Mr. Wimpy.
Mr. Wimpy?
And Mr. Do.
Okay, all you Mr. Do fans.
Get all bonus to select final stage. Okay. So sometimes there would be such demand for a good port of a classic game. Oh my god. Never mind. There'd be such demand for a game that obviously couldn't happen due to licensing reasons, this being a Nintendo game, that fans would produce homebrew versions, or even like, I guess mail-in versions that you would pay for and get in the mail.
Good barrels.
I don't know about this game, Alex. this Blomby as Mario. Why is he so wide?
I like how wide he is. I'm not with you on this. I think he looks great. I think we need more wide versions of Mario.
They should have added some text on the back of his pants that say wide load.
I was going to say when he goes up the stairs,
Jesus
his
Christ.
load is a massive.
Donkey Kong can't do that. This is really the best. Well, I'm sure this isn't the best. I'm sure other people tried and made better Donkey Kong ports. If you really want Donkey Kong ports, you should check out the ZX Spectrum, where there's literally dozens of them. Like maybe even more than 100. From people who would just make it in their spare time or try to make it in BASIC. This is looking like an Atari version of Donkey Kong. It's all vaguely unsettling. But it does have the Pie Factory, at least. Alex, were you outraged by the Pie Factory not being in NES Donkey Kong?
I wasn't until I learned it wasn't in there, and then I got mad because I'd only known I didn't know the arcade version because I never actually saw this in the arcades. Have you seen Donkey Kong in the arcades?
I have.
Not the modern like redos that you see, but you know what I mean, like the original Donkey Kong.
Yeah.
Wow.
I've seen Donkey Kong. I've seen a lot of Donkey Kong. I've also seen a lot of Double Dragon, which is another essential arcade port that you need for your computer.
Now that I've seen. I've seen Double Dragon in the wild.
Oh no, Ocean Software.
You love Ocean. It's that thing you swim in.
You're right.
That's not true. You don't swim in the ocean. Neither do I. It's been a while. What's the ocean men up to anyway?
Still the same.
Okay, wet. Salty. Oh my god! Look at you!
Billy Lee, 7 months HRT.
I was going to say, it's me when I forget
She
my
looks
binder.
great. She looks amazing.
She's beautiful.
She's making it work out there.
Thank you, Carmen, for the 100-bit sachet Lee. She is gorgeous! English tier, huh?
Yeah, that's accurate from the original.
Okay.
You push down an attack to do the headbutt.
Good God, you have to attack this person alive.
Up an attack to do jumping, but I can't make the jump kick happen? I see. Or do I? Oh, no, it's down diagonal and attack in order to do a jumping kick. In order to merely jump, you push up diagonal and attack. Whoa.
Did you hear that? Ooh.
Dude, these are all women. Is a Bobo gonna come out in like some kind of lacy outfit?
I was gonna say a Bobo's gonna look good.
I want to
What's a
see
Bobo?
we gotta get to a Bobo at least. This is so funny.
God, it's so hard to beat these characters.
Tell you what's not hard to beat, this freaking port. Even freaking NES Double Dragon was better than this. Oh god.
Ha! That was Bart Simpson puking.
Eat my shorts. God, I want to get to a Bobo, but Jesus Christ,
Yeah, you might not.
there's a whole freaking army in front of me. An army of muscular women. Very progressive game.
Mm-hmm. You're getting generated.
Yeah, the AI is using strats that I would use on it otherwise, just like standing above its feet and pushing the attack button. Finally.
That's just a woman. Okay. Oh my god, look at how blobby he is.
A Bobo got the handlebar mustache in this version.
Bobo's round.
Round to Bobo. Round to Bobo is not real. He can't hurt you. So there's a little bit of pain and pleasure involved in Amiga arcade ports, as you can see.
You done puking a Bobo?
Let's see if Double Dragon 2 is any better. That cracked me up. I don't know why. It's just the blombiest version of Double Dragon I've ever seen. Where
God,
everybody's a
that was
woman for
strange.
some reason. Not that I'm complaining. It's an improvement. Double Dragon 2.
This one's by Virgin Games.
Alright, let's see if they can do better than Ocean. Often, like I said, it depends on the developer and the amount of time they're willing to put into a project.
Okay. Very classy loading screen. Oh, okay, hold on.
5 years ago, this loading screen started. Cool trick!
I like that. They're like, watch me do a cartwheel.
Okay, in this game, you just hold left or right and push the button to do a jump kick. That's an improvement. You don't have to hold a diagonal. Also, these guys go down in 2 hits. That's another improvement.
Yeah, these guys seem easier to kill than the last one.
It's a lot more graphically representative of the arcade game, I would say. Damn. This doesn't play good, but it plays so much better than Double Dragon 1. Found a box. Yeah, this plays quite alright. I wouldn't complain about this. Well, I'd complain a little bit.
I would complain a little bit, too. It looks better than the last one, though.
They got the big boys in this. Damn, well, way to go, people who made Double Dragon 2. But that's not the end, is it? There is a third Double Dragon. We don't talk about it that much, but they did make a Double Dragon 3 in arcades, and they did port it to home consoles.
Show me Bimmy.
Here comes Bimmy. The story is Technos sold off the Double Dragon license or something, and they farmed out development of this to some outside contractor studio. That's why it sucks and is completely different from the other Double Dragons.
Oh, okay.
I hope that's water.
What? What's with the water? Hello?
Steve Snake! Fuck yeah!
Oh, SFX! Oh my god, I did not read that as an F, and I was like, excuse me.
Sex by Steve Snake. So Steve Snake, actually a talented emulator author. He went on to make a Sega Genesis and Sega CD emulator I like a lot.
Hey, this music is amazing.
Yeah, that's the other thing I haven't mentioned about these ports. Often, instead of adapting the original soundtracks, they would just make whatever. And what many of these soundtrack composers felt like composing was prog rock. So that's usually what you got. Oh my god, okay, let's fucking do this. Oh, they give you coins in this, so let's go ahead and buy some extra guys. We'll power up too. In the arcade, this was literally microtransactions. You would put in extra coins to buy power-ups.
Good god.
They really wanted to tank this game. Whoa! Okay, so holding left and right and pushing the button makes you kick. Up left and up right makes you jump kick. That actually makes sense. And pushing down left and down right makes you do the spin kick. Alex, this game plays like a fucking dream.
I was gonna say, this actually looks like it plays really well.
This plays great. Even better than Double Dragon 2, I would say. What the hell, guys? You're supposed to put the effort into the game that people actually liked. But damn, if you want a very playable version of Double Dragon 3, inexplicably, it's here on the Amiga.
I guess so. Look at this.
Steve Snake, huge fan of Double Dragon 3. Yeah, let's bring out the extra guys. In the shop at the beginning of the game, you can insert coins to buy what it calls extra guys. And instead of being one-ups, it's just like different guys that come out after you die.
I like that. I like the guys come out of you when you die.
It's literally extra guys.
That's what happens when I die.
More guys come out.
Yeah, it just plays a really sad saxophone riff, and then a bunch of guys pop out of my chest. It's really gross and disgusting.
Yeah.
Luckily, I've got 9 lives, so I'm good.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
There's a detail in this part that I'm curious if they kept for this version. I'm willing to bet they didn't. Dude, it's got the guys on the motorcycles even.
They hit you.
This is gonna take forever. Okay.
There you go.
I bet you there's another one. Yeah. Vroom, vroom.
Nice.
This plays amazingly. Why do they put so much work into Double Dragon 3 for Amiga? Oh man, they took out a detail I like from the original arcade game. At this point, there's a sign in the background that says Texaco Leatherman.
How could they take out Texaco Leatherman?
And I think that's him right there.
That is the Texaco Texaco
The
Leather
titular
Man.
Texaco Leather
The
Man.
very famous Texaco Leather Man.
He goes unrecognized in this version.
For shame.
A shame. A real shame. So, Double Dragon 1 got a really weird and bad port. Double Dragon 2 got an okay port. And weirdly enough, Double Dragon 3 got the best port of them all. And then you get to hear Billy and Jimmy Lee take a leak on the title screen.
Yeah, what is this title screen music?
I don't understand. Let's move on to a game we saw in our previous stream about ZX Spectrum arcade ports. One of the worst, supposedly, was a port of Sega's arcade game eSWAT.
Good.
The game where you're basically RoboCop. Well, they also made it for Amiga.
Oh, good.
E.T.'s Rugby League. We gotta explore this library sometime.
What is wrong with the Amiga?
Why does E.T. have a rugby league?
Someone give us 100 bits and let us know. In the arcade game, the Texaco Leatherman's boss's name is Joe, and his theme song is called Theme of Joe.
Cool. Thank you.
It said fried chicken. Did you see that?
Did it?
Yes, on his mic it said fried chicken.
You hear
I'm
these?
not lying.
You hear these jams?
What? See? Fried chicken. Fried chicken.
Fried chicken! That's where it is. He has a pouch for where he stores his fried chicken.
Is the music okay?
These are like off-tempo, weird jams.
This is AI music. Hold on, we gotta show more of our fried...
Fried chicken. Right at the hip. That's so smart.
One of the lines said lunch guide, too, so...
Dude, this guy is prepared. He's never going to be hungry out on the streets.
I want fried chicken.
Well, let's see how it goes. What kind of port is this going to be?
You mentioned it was going to be bad, so... Beer cocktails! Danny, this game is sick.
Hey, let's party!
Let's party. Look at him do the cop scoot. Man, he's fast in this version. Holy shit, you can just outrun everybody.
Danny, this looks like shit.
There's like 12 skateboarders following me. I did say, hey, let's party. There's 15 dudes on the screen right now. Can I even shoot? Are my bullets being eaten by the sprite limit? There we go. I can finally get some shots out. Did I say this was bad? I meant this was amazing.
I love the skateboarders' faces.
They all have really good faces. Reminds me of the Double Dragon faces. Dude, this sucks.
Danny, this is bad. I'm not even gamer and I know this is bad.
I really like the original eSWAT arcade game, but man, it could not get a good port to save its life. It was on Genesis, but it was an entirely different game at that point. Just firing a victory shot in the air. Wow, eSWAT.
eSWAT.
If you're gonna do it like this, why bother? This isn't as bad as the ZX Spectrum port, but just look at everyone's faces. They all have smiley faces.
I know! I love their little faces. That's my favorite.
And they made it so I think you crouch walk faster than you regular walk. Slob!
Slob!
It's like you're Spider-Man or something. Don't mind me.
Just call me Slob Cop.
I think back then they got these games in a package deal or something. Like they had to, right? Like they wouldn't just license eSWAT and do a horrible job of it. Instead, they just got it in a package deal with Altered Beast. And they're like, ah, shit, we gotta do this, I guess. How do I not shoot the girl?
Don't point your gun at her.
How do you jump? Oh, you can't be Jump is mapped exclusively to diagonals. If you push just straight up, he does this.
Oh.
So, to do this, I have to...
This is gonna be impossible.
Oh no, this works.
Okay.
I found the strat.
Takes a lot of bullets.
That's a really awkward hug.
That was a bad hug.
It's the worst hug I've ever seen. This is funny. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd be pissed if I bought this expecting a good port of
Hey,
ESWAT, but
let's party.
in retrospect, it is pretty funny that this guy jumps out of his police car and says, "Let's party."
That's a very funny thing for a cop to say.
You boys were a menace on the highway.
Let's party.
I can't fire. I think the more dudes there are on screen, the less likely you are to fire when you hit the fire button.
That's good.
Yeah, look at that. This is amazing.
Danny?
Your dude is just so incapable in this game.
He's fascinating.
Hey, I'm up here now. Try to get me. He's making the jerk off motion.
He is disgusting.
That's why I'm putting this guy in jail.
That's fair.
We did it, and now we get to become ESWAT. Can't wait to see what this shit looks like.
Let me see, let me see. Show me ESWAT. Good face.
Excellent face. Dirty Duffy! He was handling illegal weapons.
Oh no, not illegal.
God forbid women do anything. Declaring my gal weapons illegal. I could play this all night. I love this.
You
Good
love
job.
that
Good
ESWAT.
job making the horrible version of ESWAT, guys. All right, so here's a test to determine just how obscure your knowledge is of arcade games.
Okay.
Have you heard of an arcade game called Exterminator? And if you have, would you believe that there's an Amiga port? This Exterminator, the game where you're the fucking hand squashing bugs?
Oh, this game!
Yeah, they made an Amiga version. Like, who even knows this? Who would demand a port of Exterminator?
Me.
All right, this is another game where I have to look at the OBS window.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of an unusual arcade game that's used digitized graphics and a strange control scheme, where they put you in control of a hand that's going around a kitchen trying to shoot bugs and squash them and stuff. So if you go over here, you can shoot the bugs, and if you venture outward, you can squash the bugs as they come out to the foreground.
Don't squash the bee.
So obviously, this very normal and appealing game definitely deserved a port to the Amiga. I can't believe this. This is the kind of game you only ever see on BBH's stream. This is purely for games. This is purely for people who just want to play through the entire MAME library. That's the only way you'd see this. You can like crush the cans and shit for points. It's like a quota or something.
So,
This is the strangest game I've ever played.
are the bugs tossing the cans at you?
I think so? Oh no, I grabbed the bee.
You can't grab bees.
But this just shows the sheer breadth of material that they tried to bring to the Amiga. Why in the world would you bring Exterminator? Does this game have a single fan in the world? Well, other than BBH? This is my girl's revenge.
Yes.
This is revenge on my capture card. I don't know why some of these games just make the thing freak out. It must be the weird resolution.
Only Amiga makes it possible, sweetie.
It's true. Exterminator, now available for your Amiga for some reason? If you wanted that?
Danny said that you were the fan, BBH, not me.
I was just saying you knew it. What a weird fucking game. All right, now here's a game that everyone knows and loves. This is a game that a lot of people, they know what it looks like, so they'll know if the slightest thing is wrong with it. Me, I don't think there's anything wrong with this port, so if you see a single thing wrong with it, be sure to post it in the chat.
Okay.
This is Final Fight.
Come on, Final Fight.
TV once again refusing to display Final Fight.
It's like, nope.
Here's how the controls work.
Was music by the judge?
Maybe. Speed hacker.
Okay, good.
And you start the game, and immediately you're just under attack from a million dudes. And the controls are unlike anything you'd expect from Final Fight. Supposedly the graphics are so good because they ripped the graphics directly from the arcade ROM. Capcom didn't provide them, they just had to rip the arcade ROM themselves. So in that respect, it looks good. Everything else, I can't really, I can't sanction this. Look at this. The controls are easily just as bad as Double Dragon, if not worse. And the screen keeps crapping out. They should have thought of that before they shipped. I got fucking annihilated while I couldn't see the screen. I like the funny little walk everyone does.
I know, they're all scrambling.
This plays like utter shit. I cannot overstate just how much they fucked up this port. It doesn't even feel good, even as a different sort of thing. It just feels bad. It's bad feeling Final Fight.
I was gonna say, is the game feel on this bad?
This has bad game feel. They should have considered adding good game feel instead of bad.
Yeah, I like that one of your characters is named Bread, B-R-E-D.
Yeah, that's a classic. I love Bread. There's one character who's just named Jay.
Thank you, Carmen, for the 100 bits. We have Final Fight at British Home. The Final Fight at British Home. Thank you.
Let's see if we can find a game that actually displays on the display that I'm looking at. What do you want to bet that Galaxy Force 2 had a really good Amiga port?
I bet it's normal.
Activision, eh?
That's good.
That's a pretty cool picture.
I like that.
Another state-of-the-art superscalar game.
Is this for the G-Lock?
Music once again by Uncle Art.
Uncle Art!
F10 self-destruct! Wait a minute.
Good music.
The original had really good music, too. Well, it's in a small window. It's very jerky. But it's kind of Galaxy Force. This isn't really my game, I'm more about Space Harrier and Afterburner. But as far as I can tell, this is an arcade-perfect port. Every pixel in its place. I could be wrong about that. Penetrate Fortress! These parts were really impressive in the arcade. Here... looks like shit. This looks like a big load of shit to me. Sorry, guys. Uncle Art, I know you put your entire ass into this production. But maybe what we needed was good programming, not Uncle Art's ass. You ever think about that?
Sorry, the music just got blomby. Yeah, I kind of like it.
This is like music composed by insects, or like a really hyperactive dog.
No, Dog didn't compose that part. That was good.
That was a fast credit. Galaxy Force 2 on the Amiga. That's what it looks like. Well, if we're doing this alphabetically, I guess we have to cover a couple of games that also were pretty famous and got a lot of ports to consoles and computers back then. Some good, some bad. Theoretically, though, the Amiga should be able to handle a port of Ghosts and Goblins, right?
I mean, theoretically, a lot of things can happen.
This is a game I put a lot of time into lately. I recently did a deathless clear. And this port is so good, it's only displaying on OBS, and the video's going to crap out, so that's nice.
Alright, I like those skeletons.
Done by 3 guys.
Someone named Percival worked on this. Yeah, Danny never plays Ghosts and Goblins. It's a very rare treat.
Well, How do I jump? Oh, I see. There's a jump button. What the hell? This is a 2-button game? This feels good. What? Who did this? Who's responsible for this?
Elite.
Elite, eh? Oh, I got the torch. This is all over now.
Yeah, Danny's gonna fail.
It looks the part. It plays pretty good. I'm sure they fucked up a lot of this in the details. But man, this is better than I would expect for a port from back then. Even the music was alright.
Yeah.
I sure love it when you upgrade anything and it just starts crapping out at random. That's what I love most about technology, I think. But we can do better than that. What about Ghouls and Ghosts? The second one, the Dai Makaimura.
Ah, this one.
Yeah, you know, Dai Makaimura, Big Makaimura. Let's see how this is. Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ghosts and goblins, ghouls and ghosts, so many different creatures of the night.
Oh, it's also only just playing on a single screen.
Oh, this is Amiga.
What if I did this? Listen to this music. Now, this is one of the games where they completely replaced the original soundtrack. But the replacement soundtrack is by Tim Fallon.
Okay.
Hey, not bad.
Sick music, Tim.
Not bad, Tim. I think you should look into this whole being a professional musician thing. By the way, my solution for encountering games that that crap out on my TV is to turn off my TV and play through the OBS preview window,
Okay.
because that eliminates the resolution changing thing.
Okay.
So this game, it looks okay. It doesn't really look a lot like the arcade game. It plays kind of clumsily. The soundtrack is entirely different, and in my opinion, kind of bad. Sorry. The title screen music's okay, but the endgame music's all just kind of shitty. And weirdly enough, the track that plays most through the game, this one, is just more atmospheric than anything, until it isn't, and then it becomes very distracting. Oh, damn it. I don't know if I'm ever going to beat this one. I might beat the Master System Ghouls and Ghosts one of these days. But this one is not high on the list of priorities. I wonder if it even includes all the levels.
This looks mad. This seems bad. A little bit.
It could be better. They could have done a lot better. And in my opinion, this game deserves better. If you want a perfect computer port of this, you should play the X68000 version. Or the Super Graphics version, or the Genesis version, all of which are really good. So you weren't really starved for ports back then.
What would be the worst version? This one?
Probably the ZX Spectrum version.
Oh yeah, that one would be good.
That one wasn't that good. Here comes the music.
Yeah, the music just kind of decided to show up.
This doesn't really scream Ghouls and Ghosts to me. It screams, Tim Fallon.
Mm-hmm.
Which maybe that's what you want, but I want Ghouls and Ghosts. I want the whimsical Ghouls and Ghosts theme. This is not whimsical, this is dire. This is telling me that I'm on a quest for death. And maybe that's your thing. That's not my business, though.
It's not your business.
Next
What is
game.
your business, Danny?
My business is games. They call me Dr. Games. And I'm here to deliver an Amiga port of hard driving. What do you think? What are the odds that this is going to be any good at all?
I'm not looking forward to it. but it could be okay. Oh, Jürgen Friedrich.
Jürgen Friedrich?
Jürgen Friedrich, that's who did this. What do you think about Jürgens?
I like this music. This is some Amiga
Yeah, I was
music.
gonna say, this is very
Holy shit.
Amiga.
That is the most Amiga music I've ever heard.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here we go. Fuck, I can't turn.
Hey, Danny, I have something to say.
It's mapped to mouse. No, it's mapped to mouse. Also, it runs at 1,000,000 miles an hour.
I was going to say, it's running so fast for hard driving.
Holy shit. I can't. I'm dual-fisting controllers while looking at the OBS preview window.
Yeah, Danny is in a real predicament right now.
This is predicament gaming. Oh my god, this is awful. Everything is way oversensitive. They do call me the sensitive gamer.
Mm-hmm. You just gently bonked.
Okay, here we go. Look at this. Look at this. See? I can hard drive. In. Oh, shit!
Danny, you T-boned that vehicle.
Well, he shouldn't have been there.
You shouldn't have been on the road?
Yeah.
Welcome, Zamp. I'm glad the first stream you get to catch with us is the one with hard driving. Oh, Danny's driving real hard.
I'm driving as hard as I can. Help! Why is this the fastest and least controllable version of hard driving? I'm literally going backwards. I'm gonna travel into the Paperboy universe at this rate.
You should go to the Paperboy universe.
Jesus Christ, I can't. I literally can't do this. I'm drunk as shit out on the hard driving track. I've been banned from every Atari arcade game. Sorry,
You
everybody.
were soft driving.
We've played some real fucking jank. Why don't we play one of the better received ports? One of the games that is better suited to the hardware and actually got kind of a following back then when it was new. Joe and Mac.
Really? 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 Joe and Mac is the cult classic on the list.
Yeah,
Okay.
this game had kind of a following. The ports got a lot of coverage on European programs back then. I remember being covered on like Bad Influence and stuff like that.
So are none of these just gonna work for you anymore?
I guess.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, what's my password? Is it these chunks of sprites? There we go. Done. Uh-oh. Actually, what I meant to say was that. There you go. Oh, it worked. Okay.
Okay, good.
I'm playing the Amiga, all right. Joe and Mac. And they look great here
They
on
do
the
look
Amiga.
good.
I remember Joe and Mac getting comparatively a whole lot of press in Europe compared to the US. If you'll remember, Joe and Mac even had a crossover game with Dirk the Daring.
So I guess America just didn't have Joe and Mac fever.
We just didn't get it. We didn't get the whole caveman ninja thing. But look how good this looks. It even uses a second button. Very bright, detailed, cartoony graphics. Good music and sound effects at the same time.
I like that dinosaur.
Actually a pretty decent conversion of the gameplay mechanics even. For all the people who are going to jump into the YouTube comments, be like, "Oh, you only ever played the bad ports. You don't know what you're talking about."
We're playing
Some of
the
these are good.
port.
I'm trying to showcase this thing in the best light.
Yeah. Where are the cavemen in video games? Isn't there a new cave game coming out?
They-
Am I crazy?
They remade Joe and Mac.
That doesn't count. I'm talking about like a modern AAA Cave Society people game. You know what I mean?
Folks,
Like,
does this game exist? Does Alex's Dream Caveman sim
are
exist?
they working on a game like this? Am I just making it up? They're working on a caveman. Far Cry Primal, people are saying. Okay.
That's from several years ago. It is
I
nothing
don't know
like
if that
this.
counts.
I don't think it's very cartoony. Oh yeah, this is based on the arcade version, so I guess you have charged attacks in this. Yeah, there we go.
I'm dreaming of a better world and this game doesn't exist? I could have sworn I saw something about some, like, survival society making thing. Was this a movie? Is that what I was looking at? Was I thinking of Clan of the Cave Bear? I don't know. I have to... Oh my god. Well, someone make this AAA game, cave game. Maybe it was a movie. Oh, that's so... I'm not thinking of Jurassic Park.
The controls take some getting used to in this, but it's not like unworkable like other ports we've seen. This is actually quite decent. Just wish this guy had less health.
No, these cavemen weren't in a cornfield. This wasn't something my brain made up. I swear it's real.
Are you sure?
Like... No, it wasn't Caveman starring Ringo Starr.
That's what I was gonna ask.
It wasn't Quest for Fire. It wasn't Caveman Ugg Olympics. It
A lot of good
wasn't the
guesses.
Geico Caveman TV show.
A lot of excellent guesses out there. But I don't think we're gonna get whatever it is Alex was referencing.
It's not Sapiens for the Amstrad CPC. Man, y'all get the cave games going. They should make an Encino Man. They should make an Encino Man game, but
Let's go back to games that maybe us here in the Western world are more familiar with.
Okay.
We know what they look like, so we know what they did wrong versus what they did right.
okay.
How about we play some Mortal Kombat?
Oh, nice.
Mortal freaking Kombat on the Commodore freaking Amiga.
Danny, I have a question to ask you, and
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you on stream.
Okay. Glad you could put me on the spot like that.
So, I bought you a candy bar yesterday, and I want to know if you liked it.
The candy bar was actually really good. It had a good
Oh no!
It had a good mix of peanut butter and chocolate. It was about 50-50, like one didn't overwhelm the other. It wasn't like the best candy bar I've ever eaten, but I will say that Mr. Beast's D's Nuts bar actually did taste pretty good. Mr. Beast made a candy bar. It's called D's Nuts. Alex bought me that, and I ate it.
Cause you know, you want to give your spouse a candy bar, or you know, I like to get Danny a treat when I go to the grocery store.
I think you just did that for content secretly.
Listen,
Anyway, which of these characters is Mr. Beast's favorite?
probably Iceman.
Iceman! Iceman?
Iceman! Blizzard, yeah.
Iceman! Iceman!
Ice Cold Scorpio.
Alright, it's Ice Cold Scorpio versus Liu Kang. Jesus Christ almighty. You have to let the cat out, by the way,
Okay.
as punishment for not knowing what a Mortal Kombat...
Go.
She's right behind you.
Okay, Tess.
So, this being a one-button fighting game, it controls very strangely.
Oh, Sub-Zero is his name.
Yeah, Alex, it's not Iceman!
It's not Ice Cold Scorpio.
It's not Ice Cold Scorpio. That's not even close.
There you go, sweetie.
Our sponsorship. Directly down the drain. So you can do fireballs. Some of the moves work. You can do the uppercut. You can do the, this kick. The very popular Mortal Kombat kick.
I should buy you more food for content.
Ooh! It's got fatalities! Let's
Oh, cool. Okay. Man,
go! I didn't expect to see that. Okay.
get him, Iceman.
Iceman. What's this guy's name? Iceman? Ice House?
I
Icebox?
just want you to know that wasn't a bit. I literally did forget his name.
You thought he was Iceman.
I thought his name, but my best brain was like, oh yeah, it's Iceman. You know that guy.
Yeah, weirdly enough, here on Amiga, they called him Iceman. That's why Alex remembered that name from him growing up in the UK.
Come on.
So, the characters look okay. The colors take a hit. Obviously, there's not as many frames of animation. But this is honestly better than what I would expect the Amiga would deliver in terms of Mortal Kombat 1. It's all about perspective. And if you have it, maybe you'll enjoy this. Or maybe you'll be mad they didn't include your favorite character, Iceman. I'm gonna turn this into a Mandela effect thing.
It is. We all love Iceman.
When did they change Iceman's name to Sub-Zero? When I grew up, we all pretended we were Scorpio and Iceman. Ice cold Scorpio.
It's what I drink on a hot summer day.
You eyeing my Ice Scorpio drink? This is actually pretty good. I'm honestly surprised how well it plays. Fatalities come out pretty easy, too.
Yeah, good job, game.
Not bad. I'd say this is better than, say, the Game Gear port, or, you know, the Game Boy port, of course. Still, pretty good, pretty good. Scorpio and Mojo Force. That's another good name for Sub-Zero.
Good.
Mojo Force. Iceman. Well, Alex, they didn't just make Mortal Kombat 1 for the Amiga.
What else they make?
They also made Mortal Kombat 2.
Listen, it's not as funny as if it would have been disgusting, but I'm glad that I didn't buy you something disgusting. I'm glad you like the candy bar.
Yeah, you merely bought a candy bar called D's Nuts
Listen!
from Mr. Beast.
It looked like it might have been better than a Hershey's, you know? Not that that's a tall bar to get over, but... Okay.
Really curious to see how they handled MK2. Who should I be? Baraka, maybe? The only Baraka move I know is the blade slice. It's like back punch or something.
Bimo, good question. The D's Nuts candy bar it was one of the bigger ones. It was like $2.50 something, which is a lot pricier than the HEB candy bars, which are usually under $2.
Whoa, this plays way worse than MK1.
Really?
What the hell? There we go. Okay, never mind. I did a move. It's good. It's just so laggy. And they start you off on the right side for some reason.
Okay, so this is important to note. The Mr. Beast bars at HEB are located like way at the bottom of the display. You have to really, it's like Malto Meal style, you know, where it's just way at the bottom. But they're not bottom shelf prices.
I found the move to win.
Nice.
Luckily, it's the only move I know.
Yeah, they don't put it at eye level. They put the HEB candy bars at eye level, so you'll grab those.
So this one, the colors suffer even more than the first game. And man, the controls... You can't really tell just by looking at it, but they are laggy as shit. This unfortunately plays a whole lot worse than MK1, but they tried really hard to bring this to Amiga. It does have all the characters, at least. What's his? Yeah, that's it. That's his fatality.
Kicking the butt.
He does a nice little knee. Look at that knee. So, MK1 better than expected. MK2, ugh, kind of a big load of garbage. Sorry to say.
Some real dog shit diarrhea going down.
Sorry to Uncle Music or whoever worked on this. Uncle Art, that's his name.
Uncle Art.
Uncle Art on music. Alright, next up, sticking with the Midway theme, why don't we cover another Midway game that was based on an arcade game that had digitized graphics in it. This one got a cover that I think is worth showing off on stream. Alex, why don't you show us the Amiga cover for Narc?
Look at that!
Look at that!
Look at this!
Look at that! That's beautiful!
This is like, oh god, how can you describe
Now,
it? It's like...
The guys in the game, they have red and blue suits. It's like body armor, but they're not entirely blue. They didn't dip themselves in blue paint. Also, who's that freakoid on the left and And the dog and the guy and what's with the American flag theming? What's happening here?
I really like this, Danny.
Well, I'm sure the game is just as good, so let's go ahead and play this. What a cover. Holy shit. Oh, yeah! This is a good sign.
Alright, so you can see it better. Here you go.
Oh no, they're not, man. Oh no, they're not, man.
Whoa, that was even slightly remixed.
I like that.
That was cool. So they got the end theme. You're busted. Well, let's see about the game. This is notoriously a hard game to port because of the extensive digitized graphics and just a whole lot of detail that's difficult to translate. Also, this is a 5-button arcade game, and on the Amiga you have 1 button. So, I'm gonna be doing my best. Okay, I found the crouch. I somehow uncrouched. This is a 1cc I really want to learn, because this game is so chaotic, it expects you to die like a shit ton of times while you play it. So you get points by arresting dudes instead of blowing them away.
Oh, okay, okay.
And if you get enough points, you get a shit ton of extra lives, which lets you just, you know, bulldoze through the whole game. Looks like a real game for maniacs, which is why I want to play it.
You're a real narc freak, huh?
I am a narc freak. I love narcotics. Can't get enough of them. But the worst narcotic of them all, the most addictive one that'll ruin your life,
Yeah.
Amiga ports.
That's true. Folks, call this hotline, 1-800-AMIGA, if you have an Amiga problem.
But with drugs and Amiga, especially Amiga, you always lose.
Man, those dogs are killing your ass.
Alex, you ever seen American Movie?
You know, I've been wanting to see American.
Oh my god, let's watch American Movie. It's so fucking good.
Is it good?
It's one of my favorites.
I can't.
I think you appreciate documentaries, so you would love the shit out of
Yes,
it.
that's why I wanted to see it. I've heard nothing but good things about American Movie.
American Movie is
Okay,
so
well, let's do that
fantastic.
sometime.
Let's watch that this weekend.
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, this is how Narc looks on Amiga. Not too bad, but not too good either. Yeah, you're in for a fucking treat. You're gonna be introduced to your new favorite filmmaker.
Oh, I'm so excited. That's what I've heard. It's so good. Hey, get the red safe card.
Hey, how about this?
Oh, okay, that works too.
They put Narc on the Amiga, and they gave it the most amazing box art ever. So for that, I should be thankful. It's been recommended we check out the Amiga port of Ninja Warriors.
Uh-oh.
And if anyone wants to link to the back cover of the box art for Amiga Ninja Warriors, I give you permission.
Yeah, I guess I need to clear my palette after Nintendo Quest.
Yeah, I hear there's good jams in this, but only on the title screen. The jams don't play in the game itself.
Oh, that's a shame. By the sales curve.
This is good.
Yeah. Okay, don't put this outside of Australia.
Damn, some of these sound like the same sound samples even. This sounds good.
Oh, that's where I've heard of the sales curve. The Lawnmower Man.
Fat
Well,
Mouse! Got any cheddar? Pink Mouse, pleased to meet you. Maximum Fat, at your service.
You can call me Fluffy. I like all the cheese-related stuff.
Were the people who made this okay?
I think the people who worked on this were mice and rats.
That's cool.
Little rodents, you know.
Whoa, this looks cool. They got the resolution right. Well, you couldn't really because it's a super wide arcade game, but it does look pretty good. Of course, the game's main appeal is going down this first level, slicing everything in your path, and hearing Daddy Mulk in the background. So without that, it loses a little bit. Oh, it's even a 2-button game. Ooh la la. This would have been awesome back in the day. Holy shit.
Revolution T.
Okay, someone linked to the the cover art and the blurb. It's a really good blurb on the back. It's very typically 90s.
Alright, let me see. Oh wait, no, I can't do that. You gotta look at the screen. Your head fell off!
My head! I need that. Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad at all. Good job, folks. Good work, fellows.
Fellows.
So moving on from that to one of the more infamous ports for Amiga, one of the games that was specifically cited as a disappointment, if not an outright bad game. Let's see how Outrun looks.
Seriously bad geezer in town. Wow, you're right. This is a bad copy.
Yeah, that's some classic copy. Here's Outrun.
Sega Computer Software presents.
Are we dying?
Alex? Holy shit!
What was that?
Why? Holy crap! Outrun.
Will it not let you play?
Now the game's not even starting. It just went into the music. Okay, here we go. Played by you. It sure is.
Oh, by the same guy who did the Amiga version of Savage regarding the music, Jason Brook, huh? Okay, I see the Savage in this.
Start. The escape key starts, of course.
That's normal.
So it was by the Savage guy.
It really does have Savage vibes, so shout out to everyone in chat who called it for being Savage.
Look how choppy this shit is.
This is just how video games look. I don't see the problem.
Also, the gameplay only takes up the bottom sixth of the screen.
No, wrong Savage guy. Okay, good for the correction. Well, it's someone who does music a lot like Savage. Okay, Savage was Kevin Collier. Okay, good, okay. Don't want to get that wrong.
Why was
Savage
the
is
intro
good.
so scary?
The intro was really frightening.
I felt like I was about to be killed for my crimes. You pirated Outrun for Amiga. Prepare to die.
Okay, the Amstrad version. So okay. No, it's common. I get that mistake.
This is so choppy. This is seriously like 10 frames per second. I guess it's playable. It's pretty fast. It's got music. But in terms of being a good port, it's not. Extend play.
Extend play.
Oh, I think this was also the kind of game where it would stop to load after every checkpoint. So you'd spend a minute playing each level and then just have to wait.
Oh, proxy. You're right. That does look like Peter Griffin from behind a little bit. Hey, Lois. Sorry. That's a terrible Peter. I apologize. You will
Lois,
have-
do you prefer magical sound shower or passing breeze?
I could see a Family Guy cutaway gag about Outrun on the Amiga.
Yeah.
Specifically the Amiga.
They're just going to directly sample our stream and then just
And then
copyright
we
claim
get
it.
copyright pull?
Yeah, exactly. Aw.
Aw.
We were just sitting out there, disappointed that our car flipped over. I'm still shook. I'm majorly shook after that intro. I was not expecting that.
Yeah, that was bonkers.
You just have a game on a list, and you think you're going to play it for a stream without having your life threatened by a spooky voice. Outrun. It's bad, but it's not without its charms. Jesus Christ. Let's go with something less scary. Let's go to Alex Pit Fighter
Okay.
on the Amiga.
That ought to be in existence.
I bet they made it exist. There it is.
Can we play, what was that, Pixie and Dixie?
I have to be careful about scrolling through this Amiga ROM list because some of the screenshots they chose are not necessarily work safe.
Oh, that's no good.
But it's like, it was for one of those sliding tile games, so like all the pieces weren't in the right parts. You wouldn't even recognize the genitals.
What was with that foot?
It's a foot.
Okay, never mind. Are there adult games on the Amiga?
Yeah.
I guess that happens.
Whee! Oh, this looks bad. Okay, I found the special move button.
Okay.
Let's see if I can just make this work. This is the button that, this is the move in the arcade game where you have to push all 3 buttons at the same time to get to work. But here you just hold up and diagonal and it does it. It looks like it's working. What?
I like that.
Get out of here. Can I do that again? Yeah! Cool. I'm gonna pick you up and put you down. This is janky as fuck. This was put together by people who don't give a shit. They just basically converted it, made it basically playable, and then there it is. Put it on the shelves. You go buy it.
I will. Actually, I wouldn't. I wouldn't buy Pit Fighter. Sorry.
You wouldn't buy Pit Fighter?
No, I'm not into digitized fighting games. I'm not a big fighting game guy, actually.
Are you into pit fighting as a concept?
Oh, man.
This plays so bad, dude.
Sprites don't even look good.
I wasn't even expecting much, it being Pit Fighter, but holy shit. It's one button, so you have to hold the button while pushing in different directions in order to get different moves. I just like that one move where he leaps up in the air with both legs in the air.
That's good.
That one. The one where he's like, yippee, yahoo. Get up. Eh. I can't get mad at this port. This is just funny. When they take out so many frames of animation, it makes just the proceedings very abrupt.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to put it in terms you would understand, like that gag in Family Guy where Peter just falls to the ground in one frame.
Oh, yeah. That's always good.
Yeah.
I like when Peter does. I like the Peter Griffin dead pose. I need to get a commission of myself in that pose.
You should.
With just like my arms behind me. I need to get like a drawing of like my full persona. It's very Bucky shaped. I should say that because it doesn't show my lower half. So you know.
I found the strats for this game. It's just to pick dudes up and put them back down.
That's a strategy in life. We haven't done Rodland. We haven't done Rodland yet, but I'm pretty.
We're getting there.
Yeah,
We're almost to the
getting there.
R's. I'm fascinated by this port. It's not good, but it's kind of fun. If that makes any sense at all. I lost, though. Pit Fighter for the Amiga. Consider it, won't you?
I will consider it.
So here's something I'm interested in. There's an Amiga port of Race Drivin', but there's a separate entry on this ROM list for Race Drivin' Intro.
Okay.
What do you suppose, what kind of intro they gave this? Yeah, here it is.
Oh wow!
All right, let's fucking go.
Okay, I'm all in for this.
Run
I'm
that
all in.
intro. Run it. All right, pretty good so far. What you got for us? Yeah, vocals, apparently. This is cinematic.
It is. This is really good.
Big jump.
Nutty.
Nutty? Turbo! Holy fuck.
Race driving.
Wow!
Good intro.
That was awesome! Now let's reset so we can load the game instead of the intro. I guess way back when you would just put in a disc to watch the intro and then be like, okay, now time to put in the game disc. Oh, I can't read this on the screen. There we go.
There it is.
No, don't run intro. Did I click run intro again? Are we just going to watch this again?
No, I don't think you did.
Okay. Matt Furnace.
Okay.
This just keeps getting better and better.
Most realistic and exciting driving experience possible. Okay.
Well, shit, let's go. Do we have mouse controls? Oh god, we have mouse
Sorry,
controls.
honey.
All right. Mouse controls. It's controlling all right. I'm encountering the same difficulties I had with the original hard driving. Oh god, I'm having to furiously swipe across this touchpad.
Oh, are you using the touchpad?
Yes.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that explains so much.
I should have called this drunk driving.
Want to just watch the intro again? Okay.
No, I got this.
Okay, Danny's got this.
We're race driving.
This is real gaming.
This is real race driving. You like the noise when I go off-road?
I do.
Oh, fuck.
You bonked into the seam.
Hello?
No.
Censored. Stupid censorship. Playing a racing game with a mouse is not a skill that I have. It's pretty interesting. But it also just leaves me feeling completely out of control with my life. Trust me, there's some action going on here.
Don't worry about it.
Good replay. Okay, we gotta dial things up. We gotta go with the big hits from this point out. Why don't we check out that Rodland people are talking about? This is another game that was in the top 100 Limit Amiga list. People being like, of all the ports on Amiga, this is one of the best. So let's play it. Rodland.
Rodland.
Port of a Jalico arcade game that's pretty much entirely unknown, but it's one of those games that has a weird European presence because it was ported to different computer platforms. This looks good.
Yeah, yeah.
Help!
This looks like Rodland.
Mom is kidnapped by a monster. Not
My
Mom.
boots.
This looks incredible!
This is Rodland. I don't
No
know what else
wonder.
to say.
No wonder they love this game so much in Europe. This port rules. Holy shit. This is one of those Bubble Bobble style single screen platformers where you gotta kill all the enemies to proceed, but it's got a Jalico flavor to it. If you're a Jalico head, you know.
Yeah. Are
If
you
you
a
know-
Jalico head?
Oh, absolutely. My entire body is Jalico.
That's true.
That's why I have so many health problems.
I was going to say we need to see the doctor about that.
If you get all the doodads, you get to play extra game. This is a
Big fan of
really...
doodads?
This is such a great looking version of Rodland. They also made this for NES in Europe, but it doesn't look nearly as good. I just love the rare times when people contract out an arcade port and the right person gets it. Like the person who is all like, Rodland, I'm gonna port every single pixel of this shit. We're gonna do it right. And thank God for that guy. I assume his name is Rod.
There you go.
It's a good game about fairies, rods, and lands. Check
And
it out
sharks.
sometime. And sharks. Is that what those were?
Oh man, apparently this game actually is a bit different from the arcade game. Has different physics, and they improve a couple things. So might be the better version of Rodland.
Nice.
Okay.
So one thing I wanted to cover in this stream but didn't because I didn't have time is games that were just blatant knockoffs of arcade games. Often these games had some demand to be ported to Amiga, but you couldn't do it. See Donkey Kong, which we played last hour. There's a game called Punch-Out! Nintendo made, and someone tried to bring it to the Amiga as Seconds Out.
Okay.
Let's briefly take a look at this.
Oh.
Let's very briefly take a look at this.
I didn't like that.
Because
art.
I tried this out last night and I fell in love.
Okay. Julian, Dave, Paul.
Now, Alex, check this out. Marco versus Joe Weed.
Oh my god!
Someone pointed out Marco's portrait looks like it was from Hotline Miami, and I think they were right on the money. So this is basically Punch-Out! It's got the KO meter, it's got the jab and the uppercut and the knock him outs. But also it looks like this, and it has Joe Weed in it. Joe Weed doesn't look like he's wearing a boxing outfit. It looks like he just got up in the morning.
Yeah, Joe just came on in.
Must be all that weed. Sometime I would like to cover Amiga games that are just blatant knockoffs of arcade games, because occasionally you get something like this. I mean, look at this. This is the best art I've ever seen. How do I do the good punch? I want to knock Joe Weed off his block. We're gonna get him.
You can get Joe Weed?
Come here, Joe Weed. We got him. He shrunk in size. Whoa, he got big again.
Okay, he's big now.
See, this is why I stick with official ports by Ocean.
Okay.
You never run the risk of running into Joe Weed.
I was gonna say, Ocean's not brave enough to give you Joe Weed.
Oh, this is a heartfelt moment. I want to knock out Joe Weed.
Okay.
When else am I going to play this piece of shit? Just the character portraits are next level. That's what really does it for me. Oh, we got him. We got him. We got his ass.
Joe Weed is on the floor. Yeah, Joe Weed's the only guy who lost to Glass Joe exactly with the...
It had to be one guy. It was Joe Weed. Oh, I could have been celebrating.
Yeah, War Mother, this game does have a... It looks like it's been rolled around in the mud a few times.
A little bit, yeah. It took a tumble down a hill. That should be a TKO.
Joe's gone.
We did it. We killed Joe Weed, and now I get to see what the next guy is. I can't wait for this. Marco
and
versus
Bone
Crusher
Crusher Joe.
Jones.
Thank you so much to Murphigator for the raid. We're playing Seconds Out, a Punch-Out knockoff on the Amiga, along with other Amiga arcade ports.
Murph, you know Punch-Out. This is pretty much the exact same thing, only on the Amiga. Thank you for the raid. Alright, that's enough of that shit. We beat Joe Weed, who was this game's Glass Joe replacement. Tonight we're playing arcade ports for the Amiga. We've seen some good stuff, and some stuff that's not so good. Let's do another heavy hitter.
Okay.
Let's see another standard game that you test computer hardware with to see how capable it is. Let's see the Amiga version of Space Harrier. They even ported Space Harrier 2 from the Genesis for some reason.
Really?
No idea why. Oh no, I know that Blomby logo. This is gonna be...
That. Look at the Space Harrier. Look at him.
Hi! Help!
Please help.
Help! I'm stuck in the freaking Amiga! Oh, let's play this shit. Whoa! Huge ground! Whoa.
Get ready.
I'm not! Jesus Christ!
Fast enough for you? Heard you complain about how slow some games were. Well, the Amiga can process, baby.
Yeah, this one's fast. This has got that blast processing I've heard so much about. Oh my god. This looks okay, but the gameplay is so strange. Way back when, you couldn't just get an arcade-perfect Space Harrier port at whim. You had to rely on programming from some guy named Colin or something.
Colin, your dragon. I don't know about him.
It's true, Collins just can't make good games. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah. There might be some internal stuff we need to hit switch-wise, like playing in PAL or whatever to get the speed down, but...
No, I'm pretty sure this is perfect.
Okay.
I like how it changes the entire level background as you shoot this guy. It's still fairly playable for what it is. I want to at least kill this dragon. We got him.
You killed him.
You're doing great! Not this port, but, you know.
Like, in general,
In general, you're doing great.
Space Harrier, the person, is doing very well for themselves.
Guy came up behind and killed me. Nuts to this.
Nuts to this?
We could do better than that.
Okay, what's next?
How about Street Fighter? Street Fighter 1.
Oh, the first one. The one everyone loves, huh?
Let's play Street Fighter 1 on the Amiga. Arcade game, kind of difficult to play.
Oh, I see tier tax. I'm done. All right. Well, thank you for watching, folks.
So maybe theoretically this port would be better to play than the arcade original, but I'm not going to hold my breath. Japan. Whoa!
Danny, explain this music.
Whoa! This is strange. This plays weird. And what's with the music? Meow, meow, meow. He doesn't have Hadoukens. He has that weird kick move where he kicks to the left and to the right. This is Birdie's theme? So it got some of the original music, I guess. This is one of the cases where I'm wondering, did they play the original? Did they know about the special moves, or did they just kind of wing it? Also, the matches take forever. In the arcade, you would land one hit and the guy would die. And Ryu would go, "All right." Just to give you the context. Moves? Can I do them?
Nope, the drums came in.
Moves? There we go, we got him. We won the contest. But we can do better than that.
Okay, what's next?
We've seen the Amiga do Mortal Kombat, but can it do Street Fighter 2? I don't know, Street Fighter 1 looked like it was pushing it pretty hard.
The 1 million boys have got their work cut out for them.
Good luck, 1 million boys. Street Fighter 2.
Oh, Oh boy.
Look at that crunchy screenshot. Brought to you by US Gold. You love to see it. Whoa. Seems normal.
Running good.
Street Fighter 2. One player, please.
Blondie Earth.
Oh god. Oh god. Help. It won't let me escape. Video game.
I think we may have encountered a problem.
Did we push things too far?
I think so. I don't think it can handle Street Fighter 2. Try in PAL mode. I don't know how to get into PAL mode.
The 1 million boys who produced Mega AGS assured me that all of these games are configured perfectly, so unless you're one of those 1 million boys, I'm not going to listen to you.
That's fair.
Good news, though. They also tried to port Super Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
I'm going to need to turn on my main display so I can pick it from the menu without accidentally picking a porno game. That's what I'm doing.
I was going to say, I could tell you when you've got
I'm
it
waiting.
highlighted.
No, we can't.
Okay.
If I scrolled through them individually, you would see a titty.
Oh, I don't want to see a titty.
Super Street Fighter 2. Developer Freestyle. From US Gold. 1995. They were still making Amiga games, and Super Street Fighter 2 had to have a port. Yes, hello?
Ryu? Ryu!
This is... Why don't you blank my display for a second? I'm going to reboot the Mister. We've put the Mister through a lot tonight. Turn my display back on so we can pick Super Street Fighter 2. In fact, you know what? I'm going to skip that and go straight to Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Oh, nice.
If it's good enough for the 3DO, it's good enough for the Amiga. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of annoyed at those million boys for making me turn off my display over and over during a stream. You'd think you'd be able to make your Mega AGS display on 2 displays at once. I have a million boys to talk to after this stream.
Well, start with boy number 1 and then just go on from there.
So this is from a different developer. Each version of this game, Street Fighter 2, Turbo, Super, Super Turbo, all from different developers. I don't know why. Here is Super Turbo from developer HumanSoft and publisher GameTech. This is it. This is the one that's going to work. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Here we go. Here we fucking
it's
go.
on the right screen, too. Okay. I can adjust again. Oh. Ken, you looking good.
His graphics look okay.
Yeah, they do.
Wonder how it plays. Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, this is sick.
Oh. Oh my god. Well, I can do the moves. There's animation frames. Some of them. Anyone want to play Street Fighter?
Same studio behind Health, the game on GBA. Oh my god.
Perfect. That's who I want handling this port.
Oh my god.
It just... The grab just drained health without doing the animation. That's so cool. Ken? Hello?
Yeah, I'm counting the frames on one hand.
You see that snake on the tree back there?
It's just chilling.
He looks pretty happy. Jesus Christ, he took half my life.
Someone's persona should be that snake. They have a really good vibe to them. I'd like to see like a human version of that snake in like a Hawaiian shirt.
Oh my god, you cannot flowchart canon
Oh
this.
my god, Blanca, what did you do?
Blanca destroyed me. Holy crap. It looks so good up until the time when you have to play the game, and then...
8, 7,
No, let me...
5.
I wanna continue. Continuous spacebar.
Oh, okay, that's normal.
Let's play top tier. That's how we win this.
Okay. Beat up Blue Blanca.
Alright, Blue Blanca. I'm coming for you. And I'm huge. I think he hit me before I could see him hit me.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
I heard the sound of the impact. Wow. So, fighting game people, what's the tier list looking like for this one? I'm thinking Blanca is top tier. Even better than the legendary Osagat. There I go. Wow. Well, I'm glad one of
Yeah.
these worked, because holy shit. I would say this was the best we had back then, but even like Super Nintendo and Genesis Vanilla Super was better than this. Not to mention Super Turbo for 3DO. Wow. Only Amiga makes it possible.
Only Amiga.
I have a few more games to show off. I want to show off the really big ones, the games that people are familiar with, you know, because you know what they look like and you know what's wrong. How about the ultimate example of that? Let's play Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the arcade game. Or in this game's case, Teenage Mutant Hero Turtles, the coin-op.
The coin op.
They're heroes, you see. Because ninjas are bad.
I disagree. I think ninjas are cool and children should imitate them.
I agree. They gotta learn sometime.
If you're a child, you should be just like your ninja heroes. Looking a little blobby, but they still work.
Let's be Donnie.
Yeah, it's fine.
That kind of replicates the original arcade intro. But let's see how it actually looks. Oh, man. Woof. That's all I gotta say.
Was there... Okay, according to chat, according to Simon, there was literally just one crazy dude on the British censorship board that got all that ninja and Eastern art stuff banned.
Yeah, just one of those shitty busybodies who want to
Yeah, like...
who want to pin their entire political career on shit that no one cares about.
Oh my god, that makes so much sense! Like, I was curious if it was just a... That actually makes so much sense now. Just like that's just like, oh, that makes so much more sense than an entire culture just deciding that ninjas are evil.
Like, no, I don't actually believe this shit's evil. I just want attention. Luckily, the Ninja Turtles found that guy and beat him up.
Thank goodness.
So some good came from that. Folks, this is bad. This doesn't play very well. If you're just joining us, the Amiga is a system with a controller that has one button on it. So for a game like this, in order to jump, you need to hold up and then the button. And then you hold up and push the button to jump, and then release to neutral and push it again to do a jump kick. It doesn't work very well. But I want to see what Rocksteady looks like at the end of this.
Mm-hmm.
There's a roadkill Rodney. Da-da.
Oh, you're getting your ass kicked.
There's There's April. Looking like one of the ladies from Double Dragon.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
That Double Dragon port was so good.
I really like that port. Oh yeah, I heard the new Ninja Turtles movie was good.
Is it?
Well, it's a cartoon, so I'll see it.
Okay.
You know me. I saw the Minions in the theater. I'll go see a cartoon.
Glad that April has an end table for her bong.
Oh my god, you're right.
Surprised they let her smoke at work, though.
Eh.
It is Channel 6 News.
Yeah, they don't really care anymore.
Whoa, it's huge! And it's Rocksteady's tiny!
Aw, baby!
Babies! Is this working? It was. I love the super oversized drill thing. And then the tiny, tiny Rocksteady that came out of it. I've noticed that in some of these arcade ports. Like in adapting some of the graphics, sometimes they come out huge, sometimes they come out tiny. But I like when both happens at the same time. Good continue screen.
Wow, good effort, folks.
I want to see another Sega Superscaler game.
Okay, what are we showing off?
I never get tired of those, just seeing how they adapt them. This game, I think, is one of the most impressive Superscaler games. When I saw this in arcades, I was like, wow, these are graphics. I think that's literally what I said. Let's play Thunderblade. Thunder Boy? That's Wonder Boy!
That's Wonder Boy with more racist graphics.
Cool! Glad,
No, not cool!
glad you guys did that.
Alright, listen. Next person who mentions PAL mode is being sent to the cornfield raid.
I will never install PAL mode.
Never. Good music.
If you want PAL mode so much, go to Europe. Holy shit, look at this. Well, I mean... We're having some difficulties. What if we just went over here? What if we went really slow?
I like the guy in the upper left because it does look like he's saying Thunderblade!
A little bit. I tried to hit a key on the keyboard to figure out what the go ahead button was, and I ended up crashing the game.
Cool!
Thunderblade.
Thunderblade!
I want to see a game that never got a console port.
Okay.
This is a game that only I am aware of, I'm pretty sure, and of course BBH, having played through every arcade game. They brought Thunderjaws to Amiga.
Thunderjaws? What the fuck is Thunderjaws?
The Atari Rolling Thunder knockoff that's nautical themed.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
I really like that art.
This is going to be good. I have high hopes for this one.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I want Thunderjaws to succeed. Some of the stuff they chose to port to this system, I swear to God, like, was anyone a fan of Thunderjaws? Was this at all requested or necessary?
Programmed by the Kremlin.
I kind of wish Danger Express got released so that could have gotten an Amiga port. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
Thunderjaws, taking its time.
It's thinking on it. It's, you know.
It said some text I couldn't read. Hopefully that wasn't important.
It said about inserting something or something.
It said, put this in PAL mode, dumbass.
All right, I'm in.
All right. Well. Release those captives. Now that right there is a UI. Now this is kind of a dual-chaptered game. First of all, you have these underwater segments, and then after you beat those, you get to the Rolling Thunder parts. Arr. This is a really extreme soundtrack for this trashy Atari arcade game. It's like giving a techno soundtrack to like some family-friendly film like Beethoven or something.
I can't get over the woman on the bottom.
Enjoy
I
Thunderjaws!
present to you Thunderjaws! Yeah, she does look like a toddler who wants someone to pick her up while her mother. I love that.
Uppies. Pick me up. There's so many sharks, dude. We gotta boogie. We gotta get out of here. Oh god, the sharks.
You got chewed to death.
There's so many sharks. Can the Amiga display this many sharks? Please, for the love of God, just open the door. Just open the fucking door. Just please open the fucking door. Just open the door. Just please open the door.
Hey, could you open the door?
Anyone want to open the door? Do I gotta text these fuckers? Okay, there we go. Now check this shit out. If this is anything like the arcade game, you're in for a treat.
Okay. Good music.
Yeah.
I like the robot dog.
The arcade version of this reminds me a lot of Atari's Batman arcade game, which unfortunately did not have an Amiga port. I don't know what's with the music being so energetic.
Yeah, I see what you mean by this being a Rolling Thunder ripoff.
Yeah, you see. Got a good strategy though. Just run forward and jump and gun. The strategy is to run and gun. There's a lot happening.
I like that real blondie vehicle killing me.
It's pretty cool. I think that's all my lives. Well, that is a pretty good port of Thunderjaws for whatever that's worth. What is happening?
That's so Amiga. This whole
That's so
thing.
Amiga. This is such an Amiga thing to add to your Atari arcade port. Why? Yeah, there's my thumbnail.
Okay.
Let's finish things off with some notably bad games.
Okay.
The only arcade port on Lemon Amiga's bottom 100 list of Amiga games was a port of SNK's Victory Road, so let's go ahead and play that.
Victory Road, huh?
Yeah, this is the sequel to Ikari Warriors. Not nearly as well remembered as that game.
Wow! Oh my god, they're wearing, what are those pants? You know what I'm talking about, right?
Purple camo.
Zabos?
Yeah,
Zabbies? You know what I mean?
the Cougar Mom pants.
Zubaz! Thank you, those are total Zubaz. Oh my god, chat, I love you. Thank you for knowing Zubaz. Oh. Katie, this looks bad.
Well, maybe everyone's wrong. Maybe
Is
it's
this
actually
ZX Spectrum?
maybe it's actually good.
This is sort of the oh, damn.
Now, in the arcade version, this guy would be yelling at you. He has like an opening monologue.
What does he tell you? Like,
It's all like, "Hey, you guys, you'll never kill me. You gotta go on the victory road, or something."
That's what I'm always saying.
I played a little bit of the port of Ikari Warriors, and I thought that was okay. The lack of a rotary control kind of made it difficult to play, but this is something else entirely. This... I think the people on Lemon Amiga were right. This is bad.
This does not look good.
The only time I've ever seen this game, the arcade version, is at a Dairy Queen, so I'll always remember it for that. They got this game and the Miss Pac-Man speed-up hack. And also Blizzards. Well, we made... What? Hey, what? Hey! Cool sword? Stupid!
Wow! Is there any other better way to... Oh my god.
Stupid! Jesus Christ!
You just got insulted!
I didn't know that was gonna happen. That's... I'm dying. Stupid! Well, as far as Europeans are concerned, that's one of the worst Commodore Amiga ports of arcade games. But I have one better. I think I can one-up them with an American exclusive port of Super C. This never got released outside of the US. Do you know how rare US exclusive Amiga games are? This is one of them. Look at that. Does that look like Super C to you?
That looks like something.
I hope to God this works.
Please work. Oh!
Oh, fancy.
I like the Pride Konami.
Wait, let's go, yay!
Danny!
For the few Amiga owners in the United States of America, this is an exclusive treat for you. Here's my tank!
Software.
Art by the artists. Good.
You love to hear that? Oh, wow.
These graphics. This this sequence was in the arcade version, but looks a whole lot blombier here, as you might
Little bit.
expect. All right, let's play. That one.
Good.
Here we go, Super C. Now, this game was famous for many years for not getting an accurate console port. It did come to NES as Super C, but the original Super Contra arcade game was pretty prized in its time, because for a long time, the best ports you would get looked like this.
Is this a Flash game? Danny, this is bad.
This is a Commodore Amiga game.
No, it's not. The Amiga looks better than this. I know, I've seen it.
Not the American Amiga.
I guess not.
So I do want to emphasize that the Amiga did have a good range of arcade ports. Some good, some bad. Often they had really good music, or they did things that were pretty different, or at least interesting, even if they weren't the most accurate. There was the good, the bad, the weird, and then there was this, which is just inexcusable. Look at this. All that, and you have to jump by pushing up. What I'm trying to say is, it was a mixed bag, much like you would get on consoles back in the day. Not every port was going to be the best, and sometimes it would just freeze. And then fix itself. Maybe it was just loading. Alright, dude, whatever.
Good fence. Danny, these graphics.
What, you like Contra?
I like things that are ugly, but this is... I know, is that Scott Steiner driving the tank?
Yeah, that's Scott Steiner himself. What do you think?
Bad!
Super C for the Commodore Amiga, exclusive to NTSC USA Amiga systems. And now you can play it on your platform of choice thanks to emulation. Whereas back in the day, you'd have to pay $50 for this shit.
Oof.
So what do we think? Did we have fun? I had fun. I saw a good cross-section of Amiga arcade ports. Some were pretty interesting, some punched above their weight and did better than I thought they would. Then there's weird shit like the original Double Dragon and like... What were some of your favorites, Alex?
Oh my god. I liked the game that called you stupid.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked seeing Ice Guy again. And I really enjoyed... You know what I actually really liked and I was surprised by? Buggy Boy. Buggy Boy actually...
Buggy Boy was awesome.
More Buggy Boy.
Yeah, play Buggy Boy either on Amiga or in arcades. Also, check out Amiga arcade ports in general. I think if you like arcade games, you will get a kick out of them, even if they aren't necessarily accurate or something you really want to play nowadays. It was a different world, and I'm glad we have perspective on that now. We're done.
We're done.
That's it. Special thanks to Narc and its amazing cover art.
So good.
Do look up that cover art if you haven't seen it. It's quite incredible. Thanks to all our patrons for voting and making sure that we played Commodore Amiga ports of arcade games this week. Things could have turned out differently. We could have played a bunch of C64 games tonight, but I think y'all made the right choice. Amiga was the way to go. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you want to vote for what we played during our Wednesday streams, patreon.com/retropals. Ignore their horrible new logo and pledge to us anyway. If you're in the $5 tier, you get access to our patron-exclusive Discord, as well as access to voting for each week's polls. All right, Alex, wrap us up. I'm going to look for Raid Target.
We are also on YouTube, youtube.com/retropals. We post full-length highlights of our streams there. Latest one is our look at American-made Sega Genesis games from 1990 to 1991. We play so many games in that one, and it's really, really, really good. So do check it out if you want to see some really bizarre, really, really janky US-developed games. We also have a Discord. Let me just drop that link in the chat. You can join us on our Discord to talk to us and to each other about games, to talk about cats, to talk about sports entertainment. Y'all, I saw a lot of discussion about, I think I saw some baseball discussion. You always love to hear about that. And last but not least, we do have a co-host, cohost.org/retropals. We post when we go live there. We've got new videos up on YouTube and all the other Retropals news you can use. So do check us out on Co-host.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
What could possibly go wrong? I say that every single time, and every time things go wrong.
Yeah.
So I should stop saying it. I'm going to leave y'all with Foxandra, who is participating in Dot Level's Classic Vania Challenge this year. She's taken this challenge to an extra level by playing through Castlevania games with a 2DX controller. That Konami DJ arcade game with the turntable and the 7 buttons. Already she's beaten Castlevania 1, and right now she's on her way through Rondo of Blood, so wish her luck. Have a good rest of your evening. We'll see you later. Thanks for watching.
See ya, folks.